Change is inevitable at this point. Snaps fingers. um,
I can't believe you've done this. Welcome everyone to the Finn Mints podcast. This is my co-host Finn Lawler, and I am Levi. Today, we're talking about
stepping out of our comfort zone. And yes, while this podcast is on Finman's channel, it's actually called the Junior Min's podcast.
Damn it,
but nah, you're good. I'm not like no. So today, what we are going to talk about, two main things. Count them, 1, 2. Should we do them in any order or just random order? I don't know. Anyway, we're both just kind of enjoying ourselves here. Stepping out of your comfort zone and good friends versus toxic friends. I think we'll start with stepping out of our comfort zones a little bit. So what does it mean to you, ideally, to kind of step out of that comfort zone? Like what's the first thing you think of?
Maybe not necessarily what it means to me, but
True.
The first thing I think of definitely is as an introvert struggling in the past to be comfortable with talking to someone or being the first one to walk up and introduce myself to someone, some stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's possible, introverts, you can do it. But as a teenager, not knowing how to socialize or connect with someone or social, not be awkward. Definitely a huge learning curve, and it involves stepping out of my comfort zone to learn how to, socialize.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to add on as like a little side note that you may or may not be aware of. There's this internet joke where it's like the job of every extrovert is to adopt an introvert and drag them to parties, help them learn how to socialize. And it's funny, but that's literally what happened to me. I met a cool dude when I was like 15, 14, and he was the guy that dragged me along to parties or social gatherings, and I don't know, just over time I learned and got better at socializing. But, with any kind of change or growth, you have to step out of your comfort zone. What do you think?
Change is inevitable at this point. Snaps fingers.
I can't believe you've done this.
Door's right there, buddy. No, change is gonna So, for example, when I got to high school, 10 million years ago, I didn't know anybody at my high school, and so because the feeder high school that my middle school went to was a different school, like down the street or whatever. But I didn't know anybody, and like stepped onto campus that first day, and I was just like,
yeah,
I
know how you feel.
Yeah, and then like,
I know how that felt.
It. Okay, well, apparently we're still in high school. No, but like, that's part of it. Is like, it all is just like once if you're, I'm fucking this up. It's fine. You can't really give a crap of what people think, and like I made excuse me. Thanks, alcohol. But you can't give a crap of what people think of you. Like, sure, if you're like on the shyer side, like me, which is okay, it can be kind of hard to like step into some like a new place. Like when I first got to college, especially too.
Oh yeah.
Nobody I knew, well, with the exception of Mr. Kusky over here, Nobody I really knew kind of went to my college, and so it was the same thing. Just
yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like it's a lot easier said than done to not give a crap of what people think.
That's true. It takes a lot of work.
I'm still kind of in my brain. I'm just like, oh, what if they did? Blah, blah, blah. It's like you can't do that, and it's tough, man.
It is tough
because it's like you're about to step into like a world with people who are a few years older than you, who have been there, and you're afraid to mess up and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, I do want to say, like, with not caring what people think, of course, that doesn't mean be an asshole.
there's a different,
There's a difference. There's a difference,
yeah,
absolutely.
like,
But
yeah,
maybe a better phrasing would be not worrying what people think
yeah,
of you
yeah.
in terms of letting it change how you dress or talk
Or like
or
what you
act
do, yeah,
or, yeah, how you live your life. Because, oh, what if they think this of me? Or it's like, whatever.
yeah.
Live your life how you want to within the confines of the law.
Do you know how many times I've felt like I've been judged because I make videos?
That's
I don't
terrible.
feel that anymore because it's like I'm good at it and
Right.
I'm literally the only person that does it. But when I first started like YouTube, and I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It's like,
no, for real. But I mean, with that, let's say you, listener, are currently in a situation where, yeah, I do want to be in that spot where I don't care how people think of me. I mean, this is good, but don't expect this to be a kind of change that happens overnight.
oh god, no,
It takes time
it does.
to tell yourself, I'm gonna do this because I want to. I'm gonna go sit alone over here because I want to, because I want to be alone. Or if you're an extrovert, or I'm gonna go up and say hi to someone because I want to, or I'm gonna dress this way because I want to. Self-expression. Don't be afraid of it. Express yourself.
Yeah.
Within the confines of the law. I'm just kidding.
I see what you mean.
But yeah, it takes time. It takes work of telling yourself and self edification and encouragement, and you could even talk to a therapist if it really is a detriment. But
and believe me, social anxiety is a real thing.
Ooh,
it's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of leads me to my next point of, if you're like anxious about like maybe messing up in front of someone or embarrassing yourself, that's part of it too. Is just try it. Just try something new that you've never done before.
You never know.
I don't know if that really makes sense, but just, you'd be surprised on how trying something new will just expand your horizons just a little bit. You'd be surprised. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you.
Yeah.
Just, what does the kids say? Full sends only.
Full sends only.
And I mean, by kids I mean me. But just go for it. What do you got to lose?
Yeah. Right.
Nothing.
Right.
It's like when you're like interested in like a particular girl, and it's just years ago, but when you're afraid to talk to them and whatever, and you just shoot your shot, and you just like talk to her, and then that leads to you like asking her out and blah blah blah. You got nothing to lose.
Right.
Just do it. Just go for it. Right.
What's the worst she could say? No.
Worst
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Have you been in that situation before? I
have.
Same.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop me from the future.
No. And you just gotta keep pushing.
I asked the girl out the other day, actually. She said yes, but I don't think she's up to it, so probably not gonna.
I mean, what is she gonna do? Take out a gun and just pop one off of you? It's
no.
like,
of course. What? Where did that come from?
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people
overthink. Yeah, don't overthink. Yeah, dude, that's terrible.
Guilty, dude.
That's some anxiety stuff right there.
Dude, the amount that I overthink on a daily basis,
it
sucks, dude. Like,
yeah. Just breathe, and just realize that a lot of the scenarios that you come up with in your head probably will not happen.
It's all gonna work out the way. It's all gonna work out just fine. You'll be fine. Shh. It is though, but just.
Yeah, for real.
Just go for it.
Man, I was gonna say something.
Go for it.
But I totally forgot. We were talking. It came to me when you were talking about how letting anxiety change the way you act. Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, I want to say at the end of the day, pretty much everyone else is also thinking what you're thinking. Oh, like, wow, what do they think of me because of this? Or, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But at the end of the day, no one's thinking about you.
No.
They're always thinking about themselves. And that's just the way it is. So, I don't know. It's different.
It's human nature is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's like going to the gym, when you first started at a gym that you just barely even know. Like, this happened to me. I walked into my local gym, and I was like, oh crap, like what if this, and like, sure, there's gonna be those guys who are just jacked out of their minds,
right.
But they ain't looking at you.
Yeah,
they're not.
Seriously, they're focused on themselves. That's really, it really is true. Like,
that's the same
easy
thing.
to get in your own head. But yeah, at the end of the day, no one's going, oh, oh, I just remembered 5 years ago when that guy did that cringy thing, or something.
Look at Levi over there doing that stupid ass thing.
Right? Yeah. Just so so you can fall asleep knowing that no one remembers that except you.
No.
So
Literally, like.
literally, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the friends thing too? We got 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Or like 8 minutes or something. So.
Or you want to push it in length? I'm down.
I mean.
That's okay with you.
I mean.
By a couple minutes.
We'll go 17. But so, which leads us, I guess, to our next sort of segment here, quote unquote, is what differentiates between a good friend and a toxic friend. So we'll start with a bad friend first.
I think it's good that we're talking about this
because
it's a thing out there where people don't know that
they're not aware of it.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are, and that makes them worse.
Yeah, of course.
So what makes a bad friend is first one, they manipulate us.
Yeah.
They sometimes there's a case where they only hang out with us just to hear themselves talk, or like they hang out with us until like we're not essential anymore.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
They only hang out with you when they want something from you.
Yeah.
Or something, or they guilt trip you into doing something for them or something like that.
They take but never give.
The root of it is, probably narcissism or selfishness.
It's got to be.
Because friends like that have issues.
Yeah.
But that's another thing for another day.
Yeah, well, that's another episode.
Toxic friends are / can be also abusive in terms of, like I just said, they really only try to hang out with you or take something from you when they need something. Like,
yeah.
I don't really have any good examples because I actually haven't really had any friends quite like that. But have you? I mean,
like abusive friends? You mean like
they use you is what I mean.
They use
you for something, for personal gain, for self-satisfaction, etc., etc.
I don't think so. No, but I mean, there are also some toxic friends are neglective. Like they know you're there, and like I guess, what do you mean by like neglective? Like, do you mean like
perhaps they're absent when, like, you want to hang out, and they don't respond, and then suddenly they come around because, like I said, they want something from you. I'm stuck on this, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had like an epiphany for abusive. Like, you can have friends that are verbally abusive. They put you down, or they stomp on you, or they use you to raise them up. They use you verbally to make themselves look good.
Yeah. Which
is messed up, and if you know anyone like that, just go away if you can, please.
And the hardest part
you don't deserve it.
No. The hardest part about friends, and like, it's cutting them out.
Yeah.
You have to cut them out. Which brings me, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It can hurt, of course.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
They also ghost us. So by that I mean just like, as Levi
just disappear.
Dude, I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should get into this, but let's just say I had a friend in my formative years of my education who we were best friends. We hung out all the time. Nothing against him. He's a cool dude. But one day he just up and left. I texted him one time, nothing. Called him one time again, nothing.
So you were just a convenience for him at the time then?
Probably.
Oof.
Or maybe because he outgrew us. I don't know.
That's not how that works.
No.
To just suddenly stop out of nowhere.
He did. And I'm not... Let me just say this. I'm not slandering anybody.
Of course.
Like, he was a great guy. But I sometimes still wonder to this day... It's been a couple of years since he...
That sucks.
I don't know. Like...
Maybe you're too optimistic.
It's just like, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, whatever, And that's one of the best ways to look about it. We got about a couple minutes left here. So, we're going to wrap it up by saying, what makes a good friend? So, generally just being present, right? Kind of just...
being there.
Yeah.
Being supportive of who you are, or what you want to do in life.
Yep.
Encouraging you to take care of yourself, perhaps, as a specific example, or or go get that job, just try to get that interview, and you can do this, that kind of stuff. They build you up.
Yeah.
They make you feel good about yourself, or they're a helping hand. They're there for you.
Yeah.
They support you in rough times. That's a good friend.
They reciprocate.
You can depend on them. They're dependable.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. They reciprocate. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Because a friendship is it's a two-part deal.
It's not just one or the other.
You give, and they give back.
It's a relationship essentially, except a different kind. But say one more thing, and then we'll kind of get back to it.
Okay.
They text us back. Good friends get back to us.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
This isn't a poke at the other friend from earlier, but so actually, you know what? Maybe we'll cap it off here, and then we'll continue later. Excuse me, I'm just getting the character. This has been the Junior Mints Podcast. I have been your host, Finn Lawler. Actually, he's the host for this episode. What am I saying here? If you guys did and do enjoy these episodes, drop a like, subscribe down below, and go check out the other episodes. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.